So just another quick update, guys. I am out in Powassan looking for snowy owls today. I just got a nice little falcon there doing some photo shooting, and I wanted to say it's -5. It's a little cooler today. I've still come 30 kilometers and my range, EV cruising range, is still showing 10. So I'm going to get close to 40 kilometers even though it's quite a bit colder today. So I'm in the freezing cold garage this morning trying to connect Android Auto to the Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV. I'm a tech guy. I mean, I build my own computers, I do all the maintenance and networking for the office, for our home office. I used to work for Apple. I consider myself pretty tech savvy. This car is kicking my beep. First of all, the app that comes from Mitsubishi, you get a little code in the with the second key, and you have to go through this whole connection thing, follow the steps, shut the door, press lock and unlock 10 times, connect your phone to the Wi-Fi signal that is then put out by the car, etc. That didn't work at all. And it wasn't just me. It was the sales guy at Mitsubishi could not figure it out either. We could not get it to work. I came home, troubleshot it for another hour. I still can't get it to work. So that's the first thing that's not quite right. Then the Android Auto, I thought, okay, I have the phone connected via Bluetooth to the car. This will be no problem. It's going to automatically connect and do its thing to set up a new car when it starts. It doesn't. The Android Auto just keeps cycling on and off, and I can't get to the settings screen to try to change anything. So finally got the Android Auto connected, guys, and this is the key to your success. If you don't plug in physically with a USB cable, it just keeps cycling through Bluetooth. You can turn whatever settings you want. It's not going to work. As soon as I plugged it in with this, the Android Auto started working. Now the Mitsubishi app, that is another problem. I still can't get it connected. I just spent another 20 minutes out here. I read up online all the little tips and tricks that everybody tried online. Put the key fob in the key holder, disconnect Bluetooth, turn off your auto phone data plan, and all that other. Any tips I could find, I've tried. I cannot connect to the Mitsubishi PHEV 2 app. Just doesn't work.
We're calling it the Nissan Duke Award for the worst car of the year. Nominations are the Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV.
Why is that on the list?
Well, many reasons, actually, chief among which is the way it beeps as you're driving along for no reason. You just go along and it goes, beep.
Oh.
What? Nothing's happened, it's just beeping.
Maybe it's just bored.
I'd be bored if I was a PHEV, but anyway.
All the time. Every time it hits 3 degrees Celsius, it beeps at me, telling me possibly icy roads. Not sure what's going on. I'm still on my bird drive here, and I've turned the engine on to charge the battery. I smell something burning. I got no lights on the dash, no warnings, I don't see any smoke, but I can smell like oil on the engine when you change your oil. It smells like burning oil. I don't know. So that smell concerns me a little bit because I've already got 260 kilometers on the car, and we've already run the engine a few times over 20 kilometers, and I didn't smell anything the first few times, so why now? The smell is gone. It only lasted for 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, but what was it? I don't know. Noticed that the last 2 times I've used the car, when I take off from home base here, it's actually reading over 50 kilometers. Today it was saying 53 kilometers. Yesterday I think it was saying 54 kilometers. I think because the battery's been charged a few times now for a week, it's actually come up and holding a little bit more than when I first got the car. The first couple days when we were charging the car, it would read about 40 kilometers when we left the house. So is that what it is? Is it just because the battery has been charged a few times, or is it something else? I'm not sure, but after a week of use and 300 kilometers, it's reading that we're getting a little bit more per charge than we were when I first got it. Almost home. Another half kilometer to go, but we're starting to fog up. But I refuse to put the heater on. Go Leafs, go! So I do have to say the heated seats work very quick in this car. Under a minute and I can start to feel heat on my backside. So that's a good thing. Well, it's a good thing when it's April in Ontario and it's snowing and we've had a foot of snow in the last week. What kind of year is this? Okay guys, there it is, 40 kilometers. We've just come back out on the highway now. I'll show you how much I have left to go. 3 kilometers left on electric, so driving slow does not increase your range. A Wednesday morning, the perfect time to do this test. There are only me and a bunch of farmers driving around these back roads, and all of us are happy to be doing 40 kilometers an hour. Thank God that test is over. I can't feel my feet. Heater on and charge. When I put the car in charge mode like this, I can actually track how much running around I'm doing with the engine on. That's why I'm using the charge button. So I came 40 kilometers on this trip, and now with the charge on, I know when I get home, I just subtract my total, 40 kilometers from my total, and the rest is what I ran on gas. And that's how I've been tracking it for the last 9 days. So we're still nowhere near needing a fill up. We're like still over 3/4 of a tank of gas. So, and I've come 80 kilometers on the gas motor that I know of, and close to 400 on electric. So, all right, we're back in town, and there are only 2 charging stations in North Bay. One is at Mitsubishi, and I think the other one is at a Tim Hortons here on the corner. So we're going to see if it's there and if we can use it. Well, that was an exercise in futility. I just stood outside for 15 minutes trying to get this My EV Route app installed, and then when I did, it says that it sends you an email. Well, the email never came in, so I tried to use the station as a guest, and it wants $12 an hour to use the charger, so that's not going to happen. So I'll just go home and charge for 3 hours for 70 cents. So what's the point of putting in these chargers, guys? Nobody's going to use these, especially somebody who has like a PHEV, which can go 30 kilometers. Not going to happen. Sorry. Let me know in the comments, guys, if in your area chargers are that expensive, and what kind of system you guys have. Up here in Northern Ontario, we have 2. Mitsubishi and then this rip-off one here, so not going to use either of them, I guess. Let's do some quick math, guys. At a 20-minute charge, that's $4. 20-minute charge gives me 80% capacity, which is 28 kilometers. So 28 kilometers would cost me $4. Gasoline doesn't even cost me that much. So why are they allowing them to put in these chargers and charge that much? That's absolutely ridiculous. You know, we want everybody to use these cars and be green and less emissions and everything like that, but then we're going to just allow these companies to charge you through the ass to use their charging stations. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense at all. Alright guys, so we have owned the PHEV Outlander for 9 days, and the last little trip we just did brought us over the 500 kilometer mark. So I want to show you guys my Excel sheet and where I'm at in terms of energy used, gas used, and price of running so far for the first 500 kilometers. Okay, so we're just going to open our Outlander fuel costs file, and I'm going to show you guys 500 kilometers. So if we look up in the top right corner here, total kilometers on electric, we've done 395.5, so almost 400. And over here on the fuel miles, we've done 114 kilometers traveled. That's the only thing I can track so far because I haven't bought any gas for the car. We're still showing 3/4 of a tank of gas. So let's go back to our electric. And what I wanted to talk about is total kilometers. Total spent on hydro was $7.96, and we've used 102 kilowatt hours to travel that 395 kilometers. So our average price per 100 kilometers is $1.99 if we round that up. So $2 we could say per 100 kilometers, 2 cents a kilometer. That's what it's costing, guys, so far. And our average kilowatt hours is 26.33, which is actually very good. If you look at what the book tells you you're going to get, the book is saying that we have a 12 kilowatt hour battery and you're going to get 35 kilometers per charge. So if we times that by 3, you would end up with 36 kilowatt hours. So we're actually doing quite a bit better than what the book is saying we're going to get. And I want to mention that this week, this 9 days of owning the PHEV, the temperature here in Northern Ontario has been between 0 and 4 degrees.
Celsius. I know it's April 18th, but we're still getting snow and freezing rain the other day, and a foot of snow actually the first week, so it's totally abnormal, but temperatures have not been warm.
So there it is, guys, my 1 week 500 kilometer PHEV update. Loving the car, no complaints whatsoever. The only thing I'm not loving is the infrastructure here in Northern Ontario. We don't have a lot of chargers. It's not really a necessary thing with the PHEV. However, this is kind of a test run. I would really like to have our second vehicle in the future become a pure electric vehicle. And we just don't have the infrastructure here to do that right now, so might have to hold off for a few years on that, but I will continue with this Outlander. The gas hybrid is a perfect solution for people living up here in the boonies. So stay tuned next week, guys, and I'll give you another update, and if anything comes up, you'll be the first ones to know about it. Thanks for watching.